How's it going, everyone? Seattle Warner's channel again. Thanks for being there. The buzz means YouTube's rejected me again, but we'll still put this up. Before I came on here, you noticed a bowl full of shrimp. We have some awesome tiger shrimp here today on our weekend cook-off. This is a Saturday, nearly the end of August. Seattle weather has changed dramatically. We are in a bit of a storm. I'd say it's pre-fall storm. We got wind, we got sun, we've got rain. It is a standard Seattle day on pre-fall. I'm just going to open this up and take a look out back what's happened already this morning. Man, I'm telling you, the neighbor's got these pine trees, neighbor on that side's got these pine trees, and the yard is trash. I'm telling you, I gotta go on the roof with the blower again and blow all that stuff off. I ain't got the time for this. There's all kind of branches and pieces of the trees. But see, the blue sky, sunshine. Da 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 da. Man, I tell you, that's a Motown song all the way. I just don't remember what it is and how it goes. But what we're making today, as we finish off the second round of my Alaskan style smoked salmon. Today, we're going to have a really good dinner. I've never made it before. Some of my YouTube friends I've watched on a regular basis. Today, we're going to have shrimp etouffee. Up here in the Pacific Northwest, you ain't going to find that sort of things. But here at the Seattle Warner's home, we're going to give it a shot. We got, again, like I said, fresh tiger shrimp, frozen, flash frozen. We can't get them fresh. Anyways, we got some good shrimp. We're going to do the etouffee. When my daughter gets home, she's going to get on the camera. I'm just doing an intro to this because these things got to defrost before we can get that made. Mom's cleaning up the house. We've got some chores around here to do, but if you stay with us throughout this video, you get to see a really good meal, okay? Thanks for being here. So listen, there's one little thing I want to just inject into this etouffee thing. If you have had the chance, or if you haven't seen our video on doing Alaskan style smoked salmon, my second round is not complete different, but instead of using habanero peppers on top of my salmon as its heat, I used the Hungarian spicy paprika. It's very common in that part of the country, but take a look at what this stuff looks like. This stuff, I'm telling you, it's got this nice red coating on it. And I'm vacuum sealing, but anyways, that's what I had. A whole new taste on it, a whole new thing. The process was still the same brine, same smoke, same everything. I just coated it with that nice Hungarian paprika. Spicy. They call it cheapish, and it ain't cheap. Alright, how's it going? We had a little switch up today. Now it's Sunday. Ended up not having all the ingredients, and I went out looking for Trinity for our shrimp etouffee. And up here in the Pacific Northwest, you can't get it. I swear I've been to 3 stores, and it's an embarrassment to live in this part of the country where you can't find frozen Trinity or seasoned blend or something like that. So I'm over here. I'm cutting up my green bell pepper. I got me a bag of chopped onions. I got me garlic. And I got me some celery hearts. So since Seattle is so yuppie, you can't get some good old-fashioned southern
ingredients. So you're stuck doing it yuppie style. So I'm going to get all this cut up and get it prepared and then show you what we're going to do with it. Alright, here I got my better second half, my daughter. She's going to be handling the roux. We're making roux here. We got a stick of butter and a half cup vegetable oil. And we're going to let that heat up and making a roux. You put in your, when it gets hot, we're going to put in our cup of flour and get it to roux up, Jack.
Well, after he chopped up the green peppers, he also chopped up the celery, which is, they're about like this thin in size. And then right now,
How much was done of it?
he is working on the garlic. They're about 1 cup each. It kind of, you can also add more if you like more of one certain vegetable, or it's kind of up to you.
That's right. I'm putting 3 thumb-sized cloves in the whole thing. And right now we're just waiting on the roux to get heated up.
Yeah. So so after, now that the butter is all melted down,
That's right.
I'm gonna add in a cup of flour.
We're not gonna make a blonde roux, and we're not gonna make a dark. We're not gonna make a dark Cajun or a dark gumbo roux. You just work that together, get that all broken down together, honey.
You don't really want to get it all clumpy, so that's why you got to keep stirring it.
Very good.
See how there's like clumps there?
If you need a whisk, we get a whisk.
Yeah, I'll do a whisk.
Alright.
This one.
Down your way. I don't give a rip about that pan, so forget about it. There you go. Yeah, I just don't get it. You can't buy Trinity onions, bell pepper, celery. What's wrong with this part of the country? Just ain't the South. People up here don't eat that. They eat stupid food, like yuppie food.
We have in here our celery and green peppers and frozen onions, because we didn't want to have to cut them up. Then in this pan I put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Very good. That sounds right. That's right. We don't waste nothing, especially if you got to do it yuppie style and cut it fresh. Fresh it might be better. My southern coast cooking guys down in Mississippi and Louisiana say do it this way if you have to. Over here, the roux, that's our roux. I decided to give it a little bit of a tan color, but that's just what we're doing tonight.
And then you're going to want to let this simmer a little bit, and then you're going to add start off with half a can of diced tomatoes, and then you can do the whole can.
Alright, we're doing it Cajun style, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think I'm going to add a little bit more oil because we have quite a bit of
Dumb stupid.
vegetables. I put it back.
You puts it back?
Because you want to keep it simmering, like, you know.
You want to keep it rolling, baby. It'll start, that's alright, it'll start letting off some of its juices, and then we'll boil, keep cooking that until it goes down. Yes, that's right. You got it. So that's going to take a while to
He
cook
puts
that
it right in.
Well, we're going to cook it down a little bit. Okay? Yeah, our buddies down in the South, they just throw it in because they're running with it, but we're supposed to cook this down, get things to release their liquid, and especially my favorite guy. I ain't going to talk about who it is, but I got some favorites in YouTube cooking out there. This is Pacific Northwest non-yuppie style. Alright, since we're going to do a little garlic, I'm going to use one of my favorite cookers' methods of making, chopping up the garlic. This is my meat pounder. This is what we do. Keep it on there. We want this one because it's easily washable. Now obviously you know what I'm going to do. Here we go. That's it. And there it is. That's all we need to do. So I'm rolling on over here, putting that in.
And you can see like it's simmering even more now.
Oh yeah, sweating that down. I'm going to do all three of these. One. That's two.
And you can see even here how it's brown.
Two. Number three. Yeah, it likes to go non-union.
And it's okay if you got a little bit of the paper from the garlic, because that always will come off in the end.
That's right. It's going to cook down. I've got a little bit left stuck
And
here.
you can even see it like bubbling. The oil's bubbling.
Very true. Here we go with that. Get that
like
last of that garlic in. We like a little garlic in our food. Give us a little heartburn.
Bad breath.
Hell yeah. Whoa, look, somebody's working behind me. It's happened to gotten a little late, so most of this is probably a little bit
We're going a little fast,
but Dad's moved into assisted living. We had to go visit Dad at his new place, making sure he was doing all right. All right, so now it's time to make this a little Cajun style. We're going to put some tomato in it. We have some petite diced tomatoes, skin off. And we're just going to put the tomatoes in there.
You want to try your best to not put the sauce in.
Oh, and we got, check this out, we got the spoon with the holes in it. There's not a lot of juice in this, but we're going to cook it long enough anyways to burrow out that stuff. Marty, if you could put more in that cup.
Yeah, you want to just start out first with about half of the can and then go on to the second half.
So I'm going to boil that down. That's going to have to cook a little bit, so we'll be back to you in a minute.
So now that you can see it's starting to cook down, I'm going to add the second half of the diced tomatoes in. Give it a little shake to get out the excess sauce. And there's about like, I don't know. And so you're left with that in the end.
Is that getting cooking down?
Yeah.
Alright.
So now we're just going to let this continue to cook down.
Hey, I got something to show our watchers out there.
Okay.
Over here, what I'm working on is the shrimp. Our shrimp, and remember, like I said in the beginning, these tiger shrimp, headless, already cut up the back and deveined. I'm shelling them down, you know, and these shrimps are non-union. They are from the wild. They're not farm raised. So I think that's why I'm calling them non-union. They're not part of the group. And they're from the wild. They come frozen. We can't get Gulf shrimp up here in the yuppie Northwest. We got to get our either Thai or something from Young Chan. And I've got a whole bunch of these to finish up. A dozen and a half or so. I like to take my shrimp and I'm going to probably cut them in pieces and turn it into, you know, so we have smaller bites. Then we'll get to the next style. Alright, I've been cooking this tomato in the Trinity for a little while, and most all of the fluid and juices have come out and it's starting to stick to the bottom of the pan. So we're getting ready to put in the next order of business. See, There's not any liquid left in here. I broke up a few more shrimp. They're thawing in the sink because we got a big old pot and there's 3 of us and we're hungry and it's late at night. But I gotta tell you, the smell coming off of this, whatever this stuff is, you know, it smells really, really good. We got our spices put aside, and in just a few minutes we're going to put that in. Okay, hang tight now. All right, what we got here, since we're not in the South and we don't have our fancy things here in Seattle, we're putting together our own Cajun type seasoning. We need about a tablespoon of what, Melanie?
He uses parsley, but we're going to use oregano.
Okay, we're using oregano. We're using our Hungarian sweet paprika.
And he used Old Bay.
Old Bay's good to put in. That's a very good one. And if you have some Cajun seasonings, put that in too.
And we're using in just some seasoning salt.
Seasoning salt. We've got 2 different kinds. The brands aren't... I'd more suggest that you go ahead and get you some Old Bay seasoning and work it that way. So there's our seasoning. Just going to run that together for a few minutes and let those spices get hooked up with each other.
And then after that we're going to move the vegetables over into our roux pan.
All right.
And it's going to be a little clumpy, so then you're going to want to use we're going to use chicken stock.
Yeah,
so,
it'd be better if you all could get a seafood stock. But again, this is Seattle. You're not going to get, you might think with our salmon and everything we got, you can find seafood stock. Not here. We've been everywhere just trying to find some basic stuff, so we're working it Pacific Northwest style. So in general, I guess we're going to go with this. I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to slowly, you can let go of that, Melanie.
okay.
Everything's fine. Since we're not in too much of a hurry, gently put this into the roux. And then instead of using the whisk, which got us to brown that roux, I'm moving back onto the spatula.
But in a moment you will need to end up using the...
It's already with that heat of that vegetables. Oh, that's beautiful now. That really looks good. I'm going to bring our heat up a little bit. I hate trashing the stove, but wow, that smells really, really good. Nothing wrong with that, y'all.
So it's a little thick right now, so we're going to add some of our chicken stock. We're going to use about half right now.
And it's preferable to use this stock cold. We don't want to pour hot stock in this.
So that's about half, and we're just going to let it get it all mixed up together.
That's right. It smells really good, and it's looking Cajun to me, Jack. See how it's thickening up?
Now we can add the rest now.
We can add the rest. Alright, wow, that is getting really thick. Swish that around there, Melanie, and get all of that goodness from the bottom dumped in.
You want that to go in there?
All the crumbs and things, yeah.
That's the chicken stock, so.
Oh, it's thickening up big time, Jack. Yeah, and then swish it and then throw that all down in the swish so it all comes in. There you go. That's how we like it. I'm going to bring up the heat a little bit on that. Keep working this nice, beautiful gravy.
Yeah.
Ha. All right. So we're not heating this too fast. Next thing we're going to put in here is our whipping cream, and this is 1 cup of whipping cream. We're going back to the whisk, and here we go. Really nice. That's a cold whipping cream. It's going to thin it down a little and make it just really, really nice.
And it's going to give it that like creamy
look at that.
and delicious color. Even though, you know,
only a nice girl could come up with the word delicious. There we go. Rinse that out. We don't like to waste too much here at the Warner house.
And now you can see that how thick it was. It's, you know, gotten down.
Yeah, I always try to take over.
I know.
I'm sorry about that. Mom taught me how to whisk out here.
So I put in, well, about a tablespoon of olive oil and now about a small can of tomato paste. And you're just going to want to like let this kind of simmer until it turns like a darkish red color, and then you know it's cooked.
How nice. I like that idea. I like a little bit more tomato in my stuff. Making it a bit more Cajun-like. Now this is a nice gravy. We're doing the, seriously, in our home, friends, we have to cook like this because we both work jobs. Melanie's ready for school, and she's going to be a biomedical engineer. At least that's what we've got. She's got planned out for herself at the moment. Doing a real good job cooking here in the Seattle Warner home tonight. Unbelievable.
And you can see it's starting to like break up and not be such a thick paste.
Hey, that's right. Moving around here. But I'm telling you, that roux that we come up from our southern cooking friends, Mississippi and Louisiana, sure made a nice gravy. Let me see about zooming in on his crazy old boys. Up here on the top, push it once.
You'll see it. You gotta hold it.
Hold the big black one. All right, wow, wow. Now there, I can really see that.
And you can smell it. It's just the aroma it's giving off.
Got a little bit close up on this etouffee gravy. Oh, I see how this works. Ha! I zoomed way out now. Wow.
And then after it might take a little bit, but that's going to start boiling. And then we're going to add our shrimp into it.
Nice. I got a little something going on with the shrimp. I'm going to show you in just a minute after we watch this tomato paste. I think this is an important step. Pardon me with this brand new camera that's definitely on the... Well, now that looks really good. What do we do with this?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh. Do we get to use that oil in the sauce too?
We'll see.
We'll see. That's the way I like to be answered. Alright. Most of my cooking, I got my rag on my shoulder. We're switching it to the right side for right now. I've made a couple of things. I want you to see what I've done with my shrimp. Probably in the South, or if you like, you're going to want, some people like to cook whole shrimps. But since we've got such a... This is just what I like to do, because I like to get a lot of shrimp bites in my food. So I'm cutting these shrimps up in threes.
You can see about how big those are.
These ones, I believe, are 21 shrimp per pound, 25 per pound. But again, I'd get you some nice large shrimp, or if you're into the 31 size shrimp per pound, that's good. And over here, right next to it, this may not be southern, but I found some andouille sausage. And this is a real thing, because we've got a meat market right here in the neighborhood. Andouille sausage, I took those slices and I've halved them. This may not be for your standard etouffee, but it's for the standard Warner dinner tonight. Alright friends, and we're going to put all of these shrimps in this etouffee sauce. It's probably going to cool it a little bit. And Melanie will probably describe to you how that's supposed to cook there.
Well, you're going to probably want to end up cooking it on medium-low heat.
Alright.
For about, I would say 30 minutes at the most.
Alright.
Just to make sure it's all cooked. It's going to end up not being so thick because the shrimp lets out, like, you know, its juices.
Now that makes sense to me. Probably really going to get some flavor.
And now you've seen that this is darkened up.
Yeah, go ahead. Show them that under there.
Show it's all darkened up. We can put this in to add some color.
Alright,
and
why
that
don't you do that, and then I'll bring over the andouille sausage. My man. That's beautiful. Wow, that is beautiful. And here goes our andouille. It's already cooked. So then we're just going to let it all come to heat. Bring it up to about medium heat.
Medium low, and you're going to let it simmer.
That's right. Well, that is a nice, thick bunch of mess.
And also on the side, while you're doing this, we're going to use rice.
Rice, that sounds good.
So for the 3 of us, about 2 cups of rice works.
Very good.
So, yeah.
So there's... All right, friends, so we got this on low. We're cooking this covered on low so I don't lose any of the liquid in there because it's nice and thick. We're waiting on our rice to cook, and preferably you want to cook it about 45 minutes. But in general, that's what we got. Getting pretty close to ending this. Melanie, if you could line up the camera, please, and then put it on hold. All right, friends, this is it. Shrimp etouffee, Pacific Northwest style. I'm seeing the, as you're watching the rice, I've made my ring of rice dead in the center, and here we go. I could have probably used a better spoon. Wow, andouille sausage, shrimp. What a nice...
vegetables in it.
Oh, vegetables, what a nice gravy.
Also, along with this, make sure to eat a nice, healthy, and hearty salad.
Hey.
Or fruit, whichever you choose.
I think I'm having a salad tonight.
I think we all are.
All right.
Here's actually a preview of what's in our salad. There's mixed greens, and then spinach, half tomatoes, half of baby tomatoes, and then you can see these. Trader Joe sells a bag full of like small tiny peppers, and then some salt, pepper, olive oil, or dressing depending on how you like.
And I'm garnishing this off with our cheapish, means spicy, Hungarian paprika. That looks incredible, friends. Absolutely incredible. Shall I stick my finger in it? Yes. And let's see what we got. I've never had such a thing. Do I want to move to Louisiana? Yeah, so I can eat. But I'd rather stay up here because I love our weather. Shrimp etouffee. I got a couple of pictures for you. Stay with us. This is one of the finest meals I think I've ever had. Never had such a great Southern Cajun favorite. Man, yum. Oh, there's our picture of the... I forgot what it was. You know what it is. Healthy salad. This is so your heart doesn't turn inside out. Or at least give you some added blood pressure, which I need. All along with it is a nice iced tea. A very, very fine meal for some great people from the Pacific Northwest. All right. Thanks for being here. These are the girls. These are my girls. Nobody gonna say anything?
I don't know what is it.
Marty,
See ya.
we gotta hear that that accent of yours.
See ya. Bye.
Thank them for coming to see the Warners.
That's right.
Seattle Warners.
Thanks for coming to see the Seattle Warners.
That's
Bye.
my girl. Thanks for coming in. And watch for our videos. We're going to have more cooking. Next one, we're going to be making homemade pizza. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.